From the front page of the Yonkers Statesman, November 28, 1916. Headline: Planning for an Egg Boycott. About a dozen women, representing all sections of the city, met in the office of John D. Eilers, sealer of weights and measures, City Hall this morning, and discussed plans for the cooperation of Yonkers housewives in the statewide movement to refrain from the consumption of eggs for a period of at least a fortnight. The meeting was called on the initiative of Mr. Eilers, and it has the support of Mayor Lennon, who has agreed to cooperate with the executives of other cities and towns of the state. As a result of the conference, which lasted for about an hour, it was decided to start the boycott at noon tomorrow, and the various means shall be taken to enlist the support and cooperation of every housewife in the city. The boycott has already started in New York and some other cities. Mr. Eilers announced that he would get in communication with the proprietor of every motion picture place in the city and obtain its support by placing suitable slogans on the screens at each performance, urging women to stop purchasing eggs for a fortnight. This plan is being followed in New York City, and it has been endorsed by the Motion Picture Exhibitors Association of that city. Manager Anderson of Proctor's Theater has already promised his assistance. The opinion was expressed at the conference that the movement is aimed at the unscrupulous speculator who places millions of eggs in cold storage and holds them for a rise in price. It is this class of men who are held responsible for the present unprecedented rise in the price of food articles. One woman remarked that the movement would not stop with a boycott of eggs, but would be extended if necessary to other articles of food. Another means of spreading the movement undertaken by the women will be by means of the telephone. Each woman was assigned 2 or 3 letters of the alphabet, and she is supposed to call on the telephone the people whose names in the directory begin with the letters which were assigned her. Mayor Lennon has promised to confer with School Superintendent Gorton so that the latter official might use the teachers in the different schools as a means of informing the children of the contemplated boycott. It was remarked that there was no better way of spreading the movement to the homes than by enlisting the aid of the children. In order that housewives might suffer no inconvenience through inability to make cake, Mrs. J.Q.A. Johnson submitted a recipe of an eggless cake which she had devised. The sealer promised to have this recipe typewritten and copies distributed. Headline: Romanians are nearing defeat. Teutons report the capture of 2 more important towns. A semicircle is drawn about Bucharest, and the Romanian armies are gradually but steadily being drawn closer. Substantial successes are reported by Berlin in the new operations for tightening the grip. Berlin today emphasizes the importance of the German-Bulgarian success in defeating a strong Entente attack along a wide front in the Monastir region. And that's the news from Yonkers, 100 years ago today.